Welcome back to your
Second,
favorite sports podcast. We are back with episode 8,
8,
Small Fro Cove episode.
small for a cove. I love it.
And we're remote. I'm going to just stop saying that. You can see what we are. I say that every episode. I thought about it when I was editing the last one, and I was like, idiot, you don't have to keep saying we're. Oh, actually, no. If you're listening, you don't know if we're remote
No,
or
you
not.
don't.
So we are remote for this episode.
And if you're watching the video, we could be in Tucson. I could be in the bathroom at Nick's house right
Yeah,
now.
this is true. This could
It
be a
is
thing.
possible.
It'd be a bit strange, but
yes, it would.
hey, these are strange times, and we're just trying to keep ourselves safe. So,
Definitely.
so I have in front of me, Trent, the results from our best second jersey bracket round 2, because we decided round 1 last episode. But I have round 2's results. We put it up on our Instagram in polls following last week's episode dropping. And the results, there were some interesting results. We'll run through them quick. So first off, we had a powerhouse matchup. You had the Chargers powder blue going up against the Iverson Sixers blue. And it was close, but the powder blue won that one. I'm a little hurt by that, but I
Yes.
understand it.
No, absolutely. Like I saw it and I said, man, like this is gonna be a good matchup. I get it. But man, that Iverson blue is something special. And again, it's one of those things. It's like you're not mad at it, but you're like, man, if they played someone else, you know what I mean? Like if they had another matchup,
right?
See them doing it. But I mean, we kind of saw it. It was in the 1 seed, so
yeah, it's a 1 seed for a reason. So that was but it was close. It was close. So I at least respected that. Then beneath them in the bracket, we had the Gordon Fisherman Islander jersey get blown out by the Miami Vice jersey. I know that we have some followers on social that are definite Islanders fans that were pulling for it, but in the end, it was close for a minute. Like when it first dropped, it was close, and then it fell off the table. Miami Vice took it in a landslide, setting up an interesting powder blue Miami Vice matchup for round 3.
Yes.
Which should be, I'm really interested on that one.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's what we got to lock in on that one.
Absolutely. And if you want to vote for that, at Second Favorite Sports on Instagram, if you didn't vote for the last round, definitely make your voice heard in this round. Then we had the Magic, the Orlando Magic, my Orlando Magic, 90s blue alternate, beating out the Coyotes. I think it's called Kachina. I looked up the name, the formal name. But that cool one with the little character. Again, it's a 1 seed. It was close. That was the closest matchup, actually, by the numbers. That matchup was the tightest. And in the end, the Magic took that one. I respect that.
Definitely. No, for sure. Like, it's, I love that hockey jersey so much. But that prime, like Penny, Shaq, like, you can't beat that. It's a cultural thing. It's like, I think for sure, like you look at that and you think of Penny, you think of the late 90s, mid 90s, really. And that Magic team was just special.
Yeah, we haven't had anything like it since.
Well, let's just say this. They don't do documentaries on the Coyotes when they wore those jerseys.
This is true. This is true.
I'll tell you that. We're not talking about who wore that and why that color in that jersey is so special.
This is true. And our last matchup, it shouldn't have been surprising, but it was kind of surprising to me. We had the Lakers Mamba tribute jerseys lose to the Mighty Ducks Anaheim Ducks alternate.
Wow.
And it wasn't as close as you would think it would be. It wasn't quite the Gordon Fisherman getting blown out by Miami Vice, but it was decisive.
It was a decisive win.
Yes, it was decisive. It was.
Really?
Yeah. And I was a bit surprised. Again, I'm a bit hurt.
Of course.
We didn't vote. We didn't get a vote in this, so
nope.
I know where my vote would have went. You can probably guess where my vote would have went, but I get it. There's nostalgia. We talked about it as the results were coming in. I texted you and was like, "Yo, this is crazy."
It is.
And but you brought up the nostalgia. You talk about that a little bit. The nostalgia, how you were saying when someone of our generation, of that generation, sees the logo.
Yeah, man, like that logo in particular, the Ducks logo, regardless of jersey, because this is like a newer version of the old jersey they had. When, like Paul Correa was playing with those guys, and they won actually a Stanley Cup. But like, it's something about that logo. It's like, I guess the guy's name is the logo's name is like Wild Wing is the
Mm,
logo. But like that logo with the holes in the mask and then the two hockey sticks behind the mask, it's just like, oh, it's the first hockey jersey I ever saw,
right.
honestly. And so when you see that, it takes you straight back. It takes you
Hmm.
straight back to similar to probably how you feel or your dad feels about those those early '90s Giants jerseys. You know
Mm,
what I mean? Like
hmm.
the ones that throw the color rush, those white ones, where you're like, ooh, like that's special. Like I
Hmm.
remember when I was young, and I saw those jerseys with the Giants logo coming across the helmet.
Mm.
That's how I feel about the logo for the Ducks, because I always, like, when I saw that, I said I want to play for the Ducks.
Right, right.
Like the mighty Duck, and it wasn't just the Anaheim Ducks, which they are now. It was the mighty Ducks of Anaheim. Like
Yes.
they played at Arrowhead Pond. Like that was the name. Like the pond.
The
Come on, man.
pond.
The
It's
pond.
great.
They weren't playing at the Honda Center like they do
Right.
now.
Yeah, yeah,
It was
yeah.
called
It wasn't
Arrow. It was the pond, as
yeah,
like
it wasn't quite so industrial.
they made it the whole thing about them. It was like, okay, like ducks are on ponds, we're gonna play at the pond. It's just,
Mm,
it was incredible. So for me, that's why I believe that it was a decisive win
yeah.
for the Ducks, because again, we talk about logos that stick out to us. We talk about jerseys and things that you remember. That's why the Mamba one losing is like, wow, like that's the Mamba jersey. You know what I mean? Like there's it resonates. It resonates even for people who aren't. We're not Laker fans. You know what I mean?
Right.
But we love Kobe though. Kobe is our
Right.
childhood. You know. So, but that's why I believe that like it was such a decisive win, because the Ducks, that logo is special to a lot of people our age. You know.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean that was a really sentimental matchup.
Yeah.
One for a more positive reason than the other. Maybe that
Mm-hmm.
had something to do with it winning out.
Yeah.
Also, it's just like you look at one and it's immediate like happy memories. A kid watching one of your favorite movies as a kid.
Definitely.
You're thinking about quotes from the movie, all this stuff, and then you look at another and it's a bit of more of a sour pill. It's a different kind of emotion that
And
the Mamba jersey evokes.
you know what's funny too? I'm just thinking about it when you said that just now. How many people how many people that watched that movie? What is that? D3 Mighty Ducks is
Right,
when they
yeah.
put the jersey on when they were in high school, right? How many people know who played for the Ducks, the NHL team that wore that jersey? I
Right,
just said
yeah.
one
Yeah.
name. I guarantee you, people who are listening who don't listen or casual hockey, they don't know who Paul Correa is.
No.
They
No,
don't
I
even.
mean, I I think it was the movie, obviously. And also,
Yes.
I mean, and it's a cool look. Like, I don't know that it would have won against the Mamba, but could have
No.
won maybe on its own in a different in a
Yes.
with a different matchup because
Yeah.
it's the cool, like, cartoonish
Yeah.
logo. Like you said, the colors are nice. I mean, who knows?
Yeah.
But that was probably the most interesting win uh for me.
Definitely.
And it sets up a matchup with, it's going to be a tough matchup for the Magic. Even though they're the one seed,
I
that,
know.
that blue jersey is going to have a tough matchup.
For really, honestly, I think this is the worst thing that could happen to the Magic
Yeah.
jersey, is having like a, a cult fan base. You know, it's like a cult. It's like
Yeah.
there's a nostalgic section of the people and followers that listen to us that voted like, oh, like this is the one. And so
Yeah.
now the Magic are looking at this like they have some momentum, and they're not necessarily, again, I talk about a lot. They're hitting all their threes like
Yeah.
they did in the last matchup. And the problem is, like, when you have the momentum that they might have by beating the Mamba jersey, it's like, sheesh, like it's a tough matchup. That's all I can say.
It's definitely a tough matchup. So it's going to be Powder Blue Chargers against Miami Vice
Mm-hmm.
and Magic Blue alternate against the Mighty Ducks to see who goes to the finals. You
Yeah.
can vote for that the day after this episode comes out. So this comes out on Wednesday. You're hopefully watching or listening to this on Wednesday. And tomorrow you will be able to go on at Second Favorite Sports on Instagram and vote in our stories. The polls will be posted in the stories. They'll be up for 24 hours, and you can vote there. We got a good voting turnout in for the last round. Hopefully, even better this time around because of some really good matchups, some really interesting matchups. So I'm excited to see what happens with both of those.
No, definitely.
But with this being the Wednesday before Thanksgiving, that's when this episode will air. I figured we could do, I mean, it might be a bit cliche, it might be a bit predictable, but it's the week before Thanksgiving. It's been a tough year. Let's talk about one of the best holidays on the calendar. Let's talk a little bit about Thanksgiving. And I actually had I had an idea for you. We could talk about all kinds of things. There's so many things so many ways that sports and Thanksgiving are interwoven between like high school sports games being played, NFL, all this stuff. But what I want to ask you is, I'm going to give you a little, I'm going to give you a task as we tend to do on this podcast. I'm going to give you an athlete.
Yep.
You're going to construct for me. You're going to paint me a picture with your words of what their Thanksgiving plate looks like.
Wow.
So I'm going to give you an athlete, and you're going to blank plate in front of you. Tell me what's on it. Tell me what it looks like. Tell me how much. And then tell me how many rounds they go back for.
Gotcha.
Because by the way, if you don't get seconds at Thanksgiving, then whoever's cooking failed. That's it.
Just bad.
They failed. And it doesn't matter. I don't care if you're sitting there going, well, I fill up my plate. I don't care. You always go back for seconds on Thanksgiving. That's just the rule. Anyway.
Question for you before we start.
Go ahead.
Knicks, paint the picture of quickly. How does your day go on Thanksgiving? What time?
It really doesn't start till late afternoon. That's really the start of the day is just, preparation, it's rest. Like you're getting ready for the big game, because Absolutely. This is it. This is in terms of eating and holidaying. There's really, Christmas obviously, but holiday eating, this is it. This is the big show.
Now, are you heavy breakfast in the morning?
No, light breakfast. Absolutely. You got to go light. Go light with the breakfast. And you fast for a while. You show up hungry but see, rookie mistake. Don't fill up on the apps. Don't fill up on the pickies. No. Enjoy them. You're gonna be hungry, but enjoy them early. Here's a pro tip: when you show up, and now unless you're showing up and dinner's already on the table, then okay. But if you show up and it's still you got a couple hours till dinner, eat early. Put that early. Give yourself a nice hour cushion, digest, and be ready for the prime time. Be ready for the meal. Don't be picking on snacks right before the turkey comes out.
No, I can't do it.
That's a rookie mistake.
Yeah, that is super rookie. Super rookie.
But you know what? Here, we'll do this. I'll give you what my plate looks like. You give me what your plate looks like. And then I'll give you an athlete to go off that. So we'll start with our own. My plate is obviously turkey. Prefer the dark meat. I'll go maybe a piece of white meat just to mix it up.
Like it.
Heavy on the mashed potatoes. Love a good like hand whipped mashed potato, like fresh made mashed potato. Oh goodness. So mashed potato. Depending on what the veggie, I'm really game for any kind of veggie. So if it's beans, if it's corn, if it's whatever, I'm game. I love a good corn on the cob, a little sweet corn. I'm with it. What else do we got on the plate? Definitely a roll. Would love a King Hawaiian roll. Would love it.
Don't miss. Those don't miss.
Absolutely not. And then I love when someone brings the mac and cheese. If somebody's bringing mac and cheese, that's for sure on the plate.
Staple.
Maybe some broccoli casserole. If that's there, that's on the plate. I'm not a yams guy. I'm not a cranberry guy. It's starches and meats for me. That's where we're at. And then we're covering it in gravy. Everything gets gravy.
Everything gets great.
Everything except for like the veggies. And unless it's the green beans, I'll put some gravy on. Corn, I'm not putting gravy on. That's strictly butter and just give it a nice crunch. That's good. But yeah, that's it. Starches and meats with a whole lot of brown gravy. Love it.
It's swimming, huh?
It's all definitely. You need something to. What am I using this roll for? What is this roll for?
Yes.
A little dip. Boom. Beautiful.
You got to scoop it up.
Absolutely.
All right. What are you drinking?
So I do this thing where I don't drink when I eat. That's kind of new.
I'm not a big drinker when I eat either.
It's supposedly it's bad for digestion, so that's what I'm rolling.
I feel that.
But throughout the day, I'm not. Well, first off, I'm not a big drinker anymore anyway. But I didn't like to do it on Thanksgiving because it's bloating. Like you drink a beer, that's taking up turkey room. That's taking up mashed potato room.
Absolutely.
So stick to the water. Maybe a little, a little soda, a little something for some flavor, but keep it light. Keep it light with the beverages. That's valuable real estate on Thanksgiving.
It is, man. You can't be taking up space.
Absolutely not. So go ahead, give me the plate.
So this is what's going down at the Taylor household. Okay. We go turkey, white meat. Well, actually, you're looking at the turkey fryer himself. Okay, we're frying the turkey in the back. Juicy. Oh gosh. So we're going white meat on the turkey. We got the heavenly ham as well. Right? So we cut up the ham. You put a peach right on top of the ham. Let it soak in. Not a peach, a pineapple, excuse me. Pineapple. We go mac and cheese, potato salad.
Okay.
String beans, stuffing.
Oh, I forgot stuffing. I definitely would have thrown a small amount, but I'd throw some stuffing on there too. Absolutely, yeah.
I love stuffing. That's one of my favorite meals. One of my favorite dishes to eat with the meal. No cranberry sauce. I'm not a big brown gravy. I'll do a little bit, not a lot. I don't want it like necessarily swimming like my boy Nick. But yes, 3 King Hawaiian rolls. You got to do 3. You got to do 3 at a time. 3 per plate, really. It's really 3 per plate. And then the drink. This is a secret. Here's the secret. If you want to have a beverage, an alcoholic beverage, but you do not want it to mess with digestion, take up space, rum punch.
Oh.
Rum punch, right? So being from the islands, as my mother is, shout out to Trinidad and Tobago as well. My grandmother has been making rum punch for Thanksgiving since since before I was born.
Right.
So that's a solid. You get some bite, you get something stiff, but you also don't feel like, good Lord, like I am drunk.
Yeah.
Right now, you know what I mean? So you get some taste, or one of my favorite things to drink during the holidays, the cranberry Sprite.
Oh,
cranberry Sprite is incredible.
That's a solid move.
So that's the plate. You do 2 plates.
Yes.
At a minimum.
Yes.
2 plates, and then you go lay down on the ground, take a nap.
Exactly.
So I'm a ground sleeper. I'm sleeping on the ground after Thanksgiving dinner. That's a must. I can't do the couch. I might have to go switch to some sweats if I'm in some jeans, if I want to get fresh. And then I realize, it's time to work. It's like pulling off the pull-off buttons. You know? The button-ups, you just the buttons off.
The warm-ups,
The warm-ups, you go throw on the sweats, and then now you're rocking and rolling. But that's how the plate is, man.
It's perfect. It's wonderful.
Let me start out. Let me give you an athlete.
Okay.
Let's see. So I'm trying to think of the teams that you like.
Oh, okay.
So I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go. Michael Strahan.
Oh, that's a good one. Okay. Now, okay, so this is not considering if dudes are like weird about like I don't eat this, I don't eat
Yeah.
that. And we know these athletes, they all have
Yes.
their things that they don't
Mm-hmm.
dabble with. But
Yep.
if I had to construct a Michael Strahan plate, um, I think he's going I think he's going multiple rolls,
Mm-hmm.
a la Trent. He's
Yes.
going multiple rolls. He's going I feel like he's a turkey leg guy. Like he's
Yeah.
like, give me the leg.
Give me the leg.
And
Give me the
everyone
leg.
knows it. Like Mike gets a leg. Like, all right, we make sure Mike gets a leg.
Mike gets a leg. It's hilarious.
So Mike definitely gets a leg. Um, he's a heavy stuffing guy,
Mm-hmm.
but he likes his greens too. So he's heavy on the greens and the stuffing. He probably throws some yams on there. I feel like Strahan's he's a grazer. Like he's taking a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
He's never saying no to any of it, even if it's not his favorite. He's gonna
Mhm.
tell his auntie that he loved it. He had it. It was delicious.
Yes.
And like I said, multiple rolls. I don't know. I don't know if he's a heavy on the gravy guy. He's a pretty clean cut dude, so he
Yeah.
might go light on the gravy.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that's it. I think you're getting the full sampler in large portions. I feel like Mike makes a big plate. He's not like a couple small plate guy. I'm gonna make a fat
Big
plate.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna have the turkey leg bang centerpiece.
Bang.
Um,
Is that a
yeah, and
Breen
it's gonna be a
impression?
whole lot of everything.
Did you go Breen just now?
Oh, I said bang. That's true. Well, look, Block F. Gotta love it.
Black F.
Gotta love the Block F.
Absolutely. I like it. That's a nice solid plate. I could see him going heavy leg. And like you said, he's a great. I think, Mike Strahan, what, 6'5", 250 plus?
Yeah. I mean, now that he's slimmed out.
Yeah.
But he's
I
still
like
a
it.
big boy, and he
Yeah.
definitely still puts it away on Thanksgiving.
Puts it away.
Definitely puts it away.
Yeah, he could probably do some damage.
For sure. And he's the guy who like has the respect in the household that like specific things get set aside for him. Like the leg gets set aside. He gets first pick on like whatever his favorite side dish is. He gets the first scoop of it, whatever it is.
Absolutely.
All right. So I'll go with your favorite teams as well. I will give you, let's see. Oh, this is going to be a tough one. I'm going to give you a challenger.
Okay.
Give me Derek Jeter's Thanksgiving plate.
Jeter.
The man of mystery. I feel like he just absorbs it through his eyes. I think he just looks at the plate. He doesn't even eat it. Doesn't even put a fork to his mouth.
As my mother calls him, Deej.
Deej. What does Deej's Thanksgiving plate look like?
Deej's Thanksgiving plate. And you want to talk about clean cut. So let's see. I feel like he takes care of himself.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, over the years, you never really saw him necessarily he looks slow because he got older, but he never felt like he got slow because he got fat.
Right.
I feel like he took care of himself. You think he cared. So I'm going to go with, he's got turkey on the plate. He's got stuffing. He's got mash. And I feel like he's a cranberry guy. I'm getting a cranberry vibe from Derek Jeter for some reason. And I think he went with rolls. I can see him doing like probably one roll. He doesn't want to he's never been a guy that's like, look at me. I got 4 rolls on my plate. You know what I mean? Like, I can see him going like, hey, I'm a 1-roll guy.
He's definitely a 1-roll guy. I agree.
And I actually see him drinking a Corona for some reason, a Corona. Or maybe like a wine. I see a wine.
Maybe
like
could be a wine.
He's either a red wine or he is a Corona bottle with a lime for some reason. I see it like that's what I'm getting from him, and I feel like for dessert, I think he'll go pumpkin pie.
Oh, I didn't talk about that. Mike is definitely sampling desserts for sure. Yeah. By the way, I do the same.
Oh, for sure. See, I'm an apple pie guy. I like apple pie.
Love apple pie.
And I like a Dutch apple pie with like crumb.
Delicious.
Do you do Cool Whip or do you do like a ice cream a la mode?
I definitely, if it's there and there's a nice vanilla bean, I'm definitely going ice cream. I'm not putting chocolate ice cream on my apple pie. That's not the move.
What?
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Who does that? You know people that do that?
There's definitely people. I definitely know people that if it's cold and creamy, they're throwing it on there no matter what the flavor is.
Chocolate?
But I'm not putting that. It's got to be vanilla.
Oh
If it's not
man,
vanilla, then if you got some Ready Whip or some Cool Whip, I'm with it. I'll throw that on there. But I
that's
gotta
a
have a little something. I can't just go dry apple pie. Like it's delicious on its own, but I gotta have a little something.
you got to. But yeah, I can see him going. I see him pumpkin pie for some reason.
Mm.
I don't see
Hmm.
him. I don't think he's a. He might be a yams guy or like sweet potatoes, but I don't think he's a yams guy.
He's another guy.
No,
I feel like he's. I feel like he would be like, pass the cream spinach. Like he's
oh,
that kind of guy,
cream spinach. Yeah, I can see it because like a little bit of me is it's Derek Jeter, but I'm still straight laced, but
Yeah.
I'm also live on the edge a little bit.
Yeah.
So here's like the cranberry sauce right in the like thrown right in the middle of my.
Yeah.
See, you know what? I think the Corona is the edge part. I think him
Mm-hmm.
drinking the Corona at Thanksgiving is like with his meal.
I
It's
could
like
see him
wow,
going straight liquor with it. I could see
wow,
him
really?
like with a little something on the rocks.
Like a Johnny Walker or something like that.
Yeah, something high
Yikes!
end on the rocks.
Like sheesh.
Like him and the fam, just they all pour it up right before they go to the table, and then they bring
Definitely.
their rocks drinks over, in the little rocks glasses. They
Nah.
bring them over to the table. Everybody knows there's something wild in that glass right now. Something high end in that glass.
No, absolutely. All right. So I'm gonna go one of your favorite players of all time.
Oh, okay.
Give me Big Baby Davis. His
Oh
plate.
my lord, one of my
Former
favorite
Orlando
players
Magic,
of all
great.
time.
Orlando Magic, great.
God,
Glenn Big Baby Davis.
sheesh. I better hope I don't think of that on Thanksgiving because I'll ruin my meal.
What a
Big
signing.
Big Baby Davis's plate's a mess. It's a
Like,
mess.
of course it is.
It's on it.
Of course it is.
Look, it's not unlike my own. I'm not gonna lie. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
we often, we as human beings, we do sometimes hate that which is most like ourselves.
That's the truth.
And his plate definitely looks similar to mine. He's another
Mm-hmm.
guy. He definitely could be a leg guy.
Oh, for sure. He might
He's
be
just
two legs.
he's a gravy smotherer
Oh,
for
for sure.
sure.
For sure. I wouldn't expect any. I would be disappointed if I went to see Glenn Big Baby Davis. If for some reason I see him eating with his Magic jersey on for some reason.
He's
I see it.
definitely wearing sweatpants. I'll tell you that. He wears sweatpants to the table.
Absolutely.
And a 4 roll minimum,
Oh,
three
minimum.
plate minimum.
Minimum.
They make extra sides because he's gonna be there. Like
Yes.
his grandma and his aunts, they know he's coming, and they make a second tray of mac and cheese because they know he's coming.
Oh, he loves macaroni and cheese.
Oh, loves it, loves it. He's one of them dudes that loves the sweet potatoes with the marshmallows on it.
Oh
He's
my
heavy
goodness.
in that. He's heavy in that. And he's probably drinking a little Henny. He's definitely got Henny next to the plate.
Yikes.
And the dessert comes and he's going to town. And he's sampling everything.
Absolutely.
Multiple pie slices. He's a guy that's like, yeah, it's chocolate ice cream. I don't care. Put it on my pie.
Chocolate ice cream on the pie is unbelievable.
He's doing it all.
You should be arrested. That's you got to call the authorities. If I ever see pumpkin pie, apple pie, blueberry pie, cherry pie, any one of the pies, and you put chocolate ice cream on it,
disgusting.
Oh,
doesn't do it. Okay,
you're a lunatic.
Disgusting.
Okay?
That's a major Thanksgiving Day offense.
Absolutely. Now
you don't know this is a fun interesting little fun fact.
Oh my goodness, I can't imagine.
You know that Thanksgiving Day is the busiest day for EMS and 911 calls.
I've never heard that, but I'm not surprised. That is not shocking whatsoever.
Because they're a mixture of things. People getting together with their families, so there's fights, there's violence, there's things, people calling the cops. Yep. But also, most often, people choking, dude.
Really?
People stuffing their faces so much that they literally choke on the food and have to call EMS. It is the busiest day of the year to be EMS.
That's crazy.
From what I hear.
Yes.
And a lot of it's food-related chaos.
That's unbelievable.
But
Now,
yeah, so that's Big Baby Davis. That's
so for Big Baby, to wrap it up for Big Baby Davis. So there's a dessert plate, a
hmm
small dessert plate. Is
hmm
Big Baby Davis a big dessert plate guy? Like he takes the regular size plate, fill it
no,
up.
no, no plate, no plate. He walks around with a napkin. He gets the paper towel, puts a paper
Oh,
towel in his hand
jeez.
because it's not gonna last that long. Don't put it on. I don't need it on a plate. It's not gonna last that long. I'm not even sitting at the table. I'm walking up to where this pie is. Boom, it's on the thing. It's gone. 60 seconds.
No
Boom, the next
fork?
one. He's a shoveler. He's a
Oh,
shoveler.
he's a shoveler.
Can you see Big Baby Davis holding like a little fork in his hand, eating his pie? Nah, come on.
Nah, I can't do
He's
it.
grabbing the slice like it's a piece of pizza, and he's going to town. Unless he's going Alamo, then obviously he needs some utensils. But yeah, and he's going around cookies. He's having a dozen cookies and
Oh, bunch of
brownies and all that
cookies.
stuff. He's picking all those for
So
sure.
he's eating all night.
Yeah, definitely. And he takes like a 3 hour nap. It's not even a nap at that point. He sleeps. He sleeps. He wakes up as people are leaving. They're saying bye, and he all right, bye, love you. Gives out the hugs and
That is
sees everybody
hilarious.
off. That's it.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy.
All right, so I'll give you. Let me think. Let me think. This is the first person that came to mind. Terry Bradshaw. Give me Terry Bradshaw's
Terry
Thanksgiving food.
Bradshaw. Oh man, let's see. Terry Bradshaw.
This is interesting because he's a big dude. He
Yes,
likes to eat. He probably enjoys a Thanksgiving meal.
absolutely.
But he's an older dude, kind of old school. So like, what is he into?
Yes,
Is he into
yes.
some weird vegetables and stuff like that? Like, what's he into?
Yeah, he's a he's an interesting guy. Now, is he pre? I could see him pre Thanksgiving meal nap for sure.
Yeah, listen, Terry spends most of Thanksgiving sleeping, 100%. 100%. He's sleeping most of the day. He's like a bear. He
Oh yeah, for
sleeps, he
sure.
wakes up, he devours, and then he goes back to sleep.
He's sleeping. He's on the couch. It's like 11 o'clock in the morning. He's on the couch.
Yeah, and also he's definitely catching a little pre-meal buzz for sure. He's
Oh
sitting
yeah,
at the table like with some munchies. He's definitely a little buzzed up off of
yeah,
something nice.
yeah. He probably starts drinking at 11:30, probably, right?
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
sitting
for
on the
sure.
couch with the cold brewski. His wife's, God knows she's working her tail off. She's putting this beautiful meal together, and he's just chilling.
Throwing him.
He's
Yeah, he's
living
just
life.
cooling. I
He's
love
Terry
it.
being Terry.
Terry being Terry. So Terry has, I think he's going turkey. He's going stuffing. I think he goes one roll. I think he's a one roll guy.
Yeah.
Um, Mash, and like you said, I think he's interesting. I think he's going casserole here. He's going. I don't think he's going to go cream spinach. He would definitely go yams. I think he's
Yes.
from. I believe he's from the Alabama, I believe, or
hmm
Louisiana. So he's been eating that his whole life. Um, if they have a ham, he's going ham as
Oh
well.
yeah. He might go. He might be the type that goes more ham than turkey
I think so.
because the turkey's too dry. His old throat can't do it. Can't do it. So he gets the ham going.
He definitely has the ham.
Plus, he's just got me. He's probably a sweet tooth guy, so he probably wants a little something sweet, a little pineapple on the ham.
Oh, for sure. Pineapple on the ham. Definitely cranberry sauce. Definitely.
hundred
Definitely.
percent.
They
He's a
probably they at the house they probably bought the cranberry sauce just for him.
yes,
No
yeah,
one
no,
else eats it.
yeah, no one. Oh, that's just for Uncle Terry. No one else eats
Yes.
that.
No one's eating that. So yeah, cranberry sauce. And for Terry, he already has his beer that he's been drinking. He's on
Yep,
number 3
yep.
in the last 4 hours. He's over 4 hours. Yeah, I'd say he's taking it slow.
Yeah, well,
He's
because
on
he's been sleeping too. Don't
Yes.
forget. So
So
he's
he's on
waking
number
up,
3.
take a couple of
He
sips.
has the third one in his hand, and he's drinking it. It's about halfway done, and he also has another one ready.
Yeah, yeah,
So he actually has 2 beers in his hand with his plate in the other as he goes and sits down.
yeah.
And I believe that Terry's not a. I don't think he's sitting at the table, but I don't think he's at the couch with it on his lap. I think
No,
he's here with it. He's here.
yeah.
I think he's here, and he's up front eating it, and then the beers are right in between his legs on the ground, and he's
Mm.
just going here, putting it down, and going.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And for dessert, I think he's going apple and pumpkin pie,
Mm.
both. And I think he's a
Hmm.
big plate guy. I think he's putting both pies on the one big plate
Yeah,
with the two scoops ice cream, not one, two.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That's perfect. That was a bit of a curveball, a bit of an old school guy, but I think you nailed it.
Yes.
I think that's pretty close.
So I'm sticking with the theme here for you. And I'm not gonna go anybody on your teams. I'm just gonna go big dog,
Okay.
right? We're gonna roll with Warren Sapp.
Oh goodness.
What's on Warren? Can you imagine what's on Warren Sapp's plate?
Sheesh. Sheesh.
I'm gonna leave that to you. You let me know what's on Warren Sapp's plate.
Well, all right. So Warren Sapp. Warren Sapp is definitely. I don't think he's actually heavy on the turkey. I
Yeah.
don't think he's big on the turkey. I think he's like loads up on the sides.
Mm-hmm.
And again, if there's ham involved, he's going more. He's leaning more towards the ham.
Yeah.
Not heavy on the turkey. He's just it's not for me. Like he's just that's his go-to. Like it's not, I'm more interested. Give me the mashed potatoes, give me the mac and cheese,
Mac
any
and cheese
kind
for
of
sure.
casserole, whatever. It doesn't matter what's in the casserole, he wants it.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely he's gonna throw some yams on the plate. He's not going cranberry.
No.
The only veggies he's eating are like mixed with something. Like he's not going to have corn on the cob. He's not going to have just fresh green beans. It's going to be in some sort of casserole or some mixture of things. Like he's
Yep.
going to have like I could see his family doing it big and really like diversifying the menu, and like they bust out the collard greens
Mm.
on that day and he's heavy on them.
Oh, he can't.
Like,
He's so happy.
yeah, he loves it. He loves it. It's someone's like recipe from whenever, and it brings him back.
Yeah.
He's filling the plate with that. He's filling the plate with the mac and cheese
My
and the mash.
goodness.
It's heavy on the sides. I'm telling you, it's like the whole perimeter of the plate is just all sides with a little bit of meat in the center. Again, multiple rolls,
Multiple.
multiple rolls. Um, and I don't think he's heavy on the gravy. I don't think he's a heavy gravy guy because he's more about, like I said, he's more about the sides. When it comes to dessert, I see him more not so much as a sampler like
Mm-hmm.
past guys. I see him
Mhm.
more as like he's got his thing and he's gonna
Yeah.
have multiple servings. So whether it's like maybe it's someone in the family makes like a very good pie, and I can
Yes.
see it being like an off the wall pie, like a
Yeah.
rhubarb. Like it's not an apple pie. Like someone makes a great cherry pie
Yes.
and he has 3 slices of it. Like he's gonna take this much out of that pie.
Warren
And I don't
Sapp.
think he naps. I don't think he's a napper. He's
Oh,
a
he
high
fights
energy
through it.
dude.
He
He's
is.
a high energy dude. He's perusing the crowd the whole time. He's
You know what I
making his
think?
way around.
Warren Sapp is actually doing swim move drills in the middle of the living room. That's who he is.
Yeah, yeah,
With
absolutely.
the kids. Like, hey guys. So
Yep.
I remember I was playing Donovan and they tried to send a double team. And hey, listen, like he gets his brother to get on the floor, cousin's there, and they got the football, but the football is not a real football, it's like a mini football.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And they're hiking it, and he's showing the kids how to do the rip through move.
Yep.
On Jason Peters that got him to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, that's it. That's what I'm saying. He's got the energy. So like when the other people are napping or whatever, he's hanging out with the kids. And they
Yes.
love it. They love Uncle Warren being around. He's a nut. He's a big kid himself. He'll be like, I don't care I don't care that it's raining. I don't care whatever. Grab the football. We're gonna go outside. We're gonna have some fun.
Yes.
And he's definitely partaking in some alcoholic beverages throughout
Really?
the evening. Yeah.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. Like
I like it.
I'm not talking heavy. He's not gonna get wasted,
Yeah.
but he's definitely just gonna keep it flowing throughout the.
Definitely.
He's a shark. He's in constant motion throughout the evening. He's bopping around, spending some time with like the older ladies in the family, catching up, and they love him. They love talking to him. He's like He just gets it. They talk for a little while, and then he goes and he does the thing with the kids. He's talking to the guys. He's the mayor. He's the mayor of the whole thing.
Definitely.
And the mayor can't sleep. Mayor's got to be mobile.
Energy, energy.
He burns off that meal real quick.
Oh, for sure. Now, I see Warren drinking. He's drinking most of the day, but I think for his meal, he's going heavy, like sweet tea, something like that. And then for some reason, I see banana pudding.
Oh,
I see banana pudding.
Yeah.
And I think he's not even, I think he's multiple plastic cups of banana pudding.
Right. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. He's zeroing in on his one dessert, and he's having plenty.
He's locking in. He's locking in. I like it, man. Warren Sapp.
All right, I'll give you one more. We will go. I want to try and get a current guy. We've been doing a lot of Hall of Famers or a lot of past guys, older guys. Let's get a current guy because I feel like they're almost harder to peg.
Yeah.
Because like what the old dudes are going to be doing on Thanksgiving. We've all seen it in our own families.
Yeah, we have. Absolutely. That's why they're easy to go to because you've seen it before. They're familiar.
Oh, this one could be hard. Give me Serena Williams plate on Thanksgiving.
Wow.
There's a lot that goes into this, right? She's very fit. She's not abusing her body, but she's a big girl. So she could probably put some food away. But it's tough. She's ferocious, but she's so multifaceted.
She is.
And we also haven't talked about a female's plate. We've been talking about the men a lot. This is only one half of the equation.
It is. Okay, so Serena, and Serena's she's still performing. She's actively playing tennis.
Yes.
Okay. So Serena,
she's post mom. She's a mom.
Mom. But she has
but she's playing.
Let's say I don't know when the tennis schedule is. Let's say she has the French Open in a month. So French Open is not in December, but let's say it is in December, right?
She's got something. She has something. She will be playing tennis soon.
Okay.
Yes. Post Christmas, she'll be playing tennis in the new year, like January. She will be playing. She's going to spend Christmas with the kid.
Gotcha.
She has one kid. She has one kid.
She's
going to spend Christmas with her kid, but in January she will be playing competitive tennis.
Perfect. So it's kind of her off season right now.
Yes.
Okay. Perfect. So I believe Serena, since she's a well-oiled machine, and she is a machine.
Absolutely.
I want to say her body burns calories at an insane rate.
Probably.
And so I think she's going turkey, mac and cheese, potato salad, very small amount. But I think she also has for some reason, I see a big bowl of some type of greeny vegetable. On its own though, on the side. So she's saying every time I eat some turkey, some mac and cheese, potato salad, yams, I gotta hit this bowl of spinach or arugula or kale.
Right.
Or a mix of kale and romaine. It's on the side because she knows that I'm gonna try to because I hate myself so much because I'm Serena and I'm a pro athlete that I gotta do these things. Discipline. I'm gonna eat some of this plate of food. So I'm at Thanksgiving. I'm involved, but I'm a tennis player.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So, and I don't think she's drinking any alcohol. If anything, she's got some wine. I'm gonna say she's a red wine at dinner time. Man, that rhymed. Wow. I'm on one right now.
That's it.
I say she's like a red wine, I wouldn't say a Chardonnay, something nice.
Something light.
Something light, like a Woodbridge or something along those lines. She doesn't want to get crazy. And
I could see her being light at dessert. She's she feels like she's cheating. She's gonna grab a cookie or something, but she's ooh, but she feels bad about it. She looks around, she's making sure nobody's looking, because inevitably someone's gonna be like, someone's gonna be like, "Don't you?" And she'll be like, "Shut up." She's gonna eat the
Yes.
cookie.
And I feel like grandma or auntie is gonna tell her, stop playing. You know you want some of this banana pudding. Like,
Yep.
stop acting like you're not from Compton, and stop acting like we don't go to these family reunions, and that you're not eating this banana pudding any other time. You grew up eating this. So I think she tells herself, yes, this is the day I'm gonna eat
Yes.
some banana pudding. I'm gonna have about 2 cookies, and that's it. So I
Yeah.
think she's trained her mind to be like, hey, listen, like Thanksgiving, I'm gonna be with the fam. I'm not gonna go crazy, but I'm gonna enjoy myself.
Yep.
And I think she, like I said, I think she's drinking red wine for most of the night. She's
I
a red
think.
wine
Yeah.
person. I
I
think she,
think
even if
she.
she were to cook, I think she's drinking red wine while she's cooking it too as
Mm,
well. Because I feel like
mm.
she's cooking the meal. I think
She's definitely involved. She's definitely
involved for sure.
involved. She's in
Absolutely.
there with the aunts and the moms and everybody and whoever's cooking. Honestly, in my family, the men are involved as well.
Definitely.
But who knows what
Yeah.
that situation is. But whoever's in the kitchen, she's in the kitchen too.
Yes.
And she's
Definitely.
helping set up. She's doing yeah. She's not the sit back and relax type on the holiday. She is the uh where can I help
Yes.
type.
Yes. And we're like, hey, Serena, we know you're a pro. You're a legend. You don't need to help, but she wants to feel like I'm part of the fam. Like,
Yes.
it's just Serena. It's the same Serena.
Yep.
No, Serena, go sit down. Like, relax. You have to play Wimbledon next month. You know what I mean? Like, bro,
Yeah.
US Opens in 6 months. Chill. You know, that's Serena. I love that. I think Serena is, like I said, Serena's Thanksgiving plate, tennis player, green, kale, vegetables,
Yeah.
and the other. That's what I
Yeah.
think.
It's like her. It's like everything about her. It's
Yes,
multifaceted. There's sides to it. It's
absolutely.
it's definitely yeah. Because I agree with you. I feel like she would have the childhood ties to certain foods, certain things.
Yes,
So and so makes the best whatever. They only make it on Thanksgiving.
yes,
Like so she's like, I gotta eat that. But
yes,
she's gonna feel bad. Like you said, she's gonna hate herself. So
yes,
she's gotta do something to punish herself too. So
yes.
she gotta eat something healthy that no one else is eating either.
No one
Like
else is eating.
it's just for her.
Yes,
I like
absolutely.
that. I like
Yes.
that. You crushed that. I think we did good.
I think that was solid, man.
I
I think
think we
that was
did good.
solid.
I
If we,
encourage everybody listening or watching. Hopefully, you're doing it before Thanksgiving. On Thanksgiving, I encourage you to watch your loved ones and pay attention if you haven't already done this to what they and even like play games with your cousins or your whoever, your brothers, your sisters. Play games of like, let's build Uncle whoever's plate. And then when you sit down to eat, see who got it closest to right.
yes,
This is a fun
definitely.
game. You could play it at home. We're giving you a little something extra to do on Thanksgiving Day. You're welcome.
Yes, definitely.
And if you
Definitely.
want to, hey, look, a little family, a little friendly family exchange of some cash, a little gambling never hurt anybody on Thanksgiving Day.
Hey,
Not
and
on the
people, I love it.
not on the football games. We're not
Nope.
encouraging that. But if you want to bet $3 that Uncle Jimmy throws an extra roll on his plate,
Yep.
and your brother wants to take that action, listen, we'll take your $3. All right.
Oh, for sure. For sure. I love it.
All right. So I think a good way to wrap up, as cliche as it is, would be to talk about some things that we're thankful for. I
Mm-hmm.
know both of our teams not necessarily in the best places in the world right now.
Yes.
Okay. Things are looking a little better, but not in the best places. But it's the right time to think of things that we're thankful for.
Mm-hmm.
And now I know you had an idea related to that, so I'll let you run with that.
So, what you call it? Free NBA free agency was started Friday. There was a lot of money thrown out. A lot.
A lot.
Man, it helps to be. I mean, a 12 point a game guy in the NBA is looks like, or it actually helps to be 6'11" if you're the
Yeah.
Detroit Pistons.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
they signed 7 centers and 3 power forwards on their team. But nonetheless, which player is the most thankful this Thanksgiving having signed an unbelievable contract for an unseen amount of money?
So I think the layup for that one is Gordon Hayward.
Sheesh.
Okay. There are few people in any league anywhere that are
Yep,
more thankful this Thanksgiving than Gordon Hayward.
definitely.
Just got a massive $120 million contract
Mm,
after all the health woes that this dude has had.
yep.
I don't think that there is another dude that is hitting his knees and thanking whomever he believes in is out there, okay, that he is where he is. Because the fact that his body even works still to play basketball after
No.
all the stuff he's been through, and he's got like a million kids, dude just keeps having kids.
Oh,
Um, and I feel like every year we get a Gordon Hayward gender reveal. It's nuts. But after all that cash and to have his health and the new contract, I don't think there's another guy more thankful right now.
I mean, goodness gracious. God bless Gordon Hayward and God bless his agent, man.
Yeah.
I mean, who's making more money than him, and who is deciding more contracts than Gordon Hayward? Is 120 million.
120 million, man.
Over four.
For a
Over
dude that
four.
what has he shown you aside from his suit collection in the last
Yes.
few years with all the time he spent sitting on the bench?
It's incredible, man. You just almost, and he had a solid season last year, but
Right.
unfortunately in Boston, he would be the fourth guy in Boston. He's the fourth.
Yeah.
So for him to go to have, I think Charlotte was interested in signing him when he initially became a free agent. I believe 4 years ago, 3 to 4 years ago.
Yeah, I had seen something about that.
Good for him. The most fortunate right now as we speak, I gotta roll with probably Danilo Gallinari, Atlanta
That's a good
Hawks,
one.
man.
That's a good one.
I think he signed for 3 years, 65 or 62.
Yeah, it was in the 60s.
And you want to talk about just continues to be a solid big, wing player, veteran presence, and continues to just make money
Yeah.
after money
People
after money.
People want to keep signing them, man.
They do. They do.
And you can't blame them. I mean, most highest average annual value on a contract, so highest yearly salary for a non-all-star.
You
That's,
don't even
I
got to
think
be an
that's the
all-star
fact.
now.
Yeah.
You don't got to be an all-star, bro.
And he's definitely thankful. Goes to a good spot. Atlanta's not the worst city in the world to have to live in.
Not the worst. Definitely not the worst.
Okay, it's not the toughest sell to your family. Like, hey, listen, we're moving to Atlanta. It's not the toughest sell.
No.
So we're moving in nice weather, a beautiful city, good vibes. I mean, come on.
Yes.
After being in a number of great cities, by the way, this dude has had. He's been in LA, New York, Denver, all great cities. And yeah, we're just gonna add another one to the checklist.
Yes, definitely. Good for him.
That's a good choice. Danilo. I like that one. So speaking of ourselves now, things that we're thankful for. Even though our teams are not necessarily where they want to be, even though we're not Gordon Hayward or Danilo Gallinari, hitting our knees, being grateful for ridiculous money that we have now come into, despite being mediocre at our job. I won't say mediocre, that's mean.
Yes.
Despite being average at our job.
Yes.
What sports team, what team of yours at this present moment are you most thankful for? If you had to pick one.
I would have to say the Brooklyn Nets.
That makes perfect sense.
The Brooklyn Nets at this point on the 22nd of November, 2020. Season starts exactly a month from now. And when that season starts, I can honestly say we will have the two best players to ever play in a Nets uniform. On this side of the Hudson.
That's for sure.
Because shout out to Jason Kidd. But honestly, Kevin Durant and Kyrie on their own by themselves, as far as the two if you're ranking players in the Nets history, I mean, I don't know if you could get any better than that. as far as a franchise like this team.
Yes.
We just haven't had a past of, we've had some Hall of Famers,
Right.
Julius and Jason, and we've had Vince Carter and Brooke Lopez and Drazen Petrovic, RIP. But like, as far as going into like this Thanksgiving, being thankful, gotta roll with the Brooklyn Nets, man.
Mm-hmm.
We're right there, and I'm super excited and happy. And I mean, if I had to have one team, it's not a bad one to have.
That's true.
That's
That's for
actually
sure.
that's actually doing something for me. I'll say that.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with this is tough, but I'm gonna go with the New York Football Giants.
Absolutely.
Is the team I'm most thankful for right now. If the Yankees would have signed DJ LeMahieu,
Yes.
would have got the deal done, I'd probably be saying the New York Yankees.
Definitely.
But I'll say the New York Football Giants, A, because they're on bye this week, so I didn't have to worry about that. So that's lovely.
Absolutely.
B, because they now have won a couple games, so
Yep.
at least I'm in a slightly better mood.
Definitely.
I'm most thankful for the New York Football Giants because they have taught me how truly inconsequential the outcome of a sporting event is to my actual life.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
The only one that makes it matter is me.
Yep.
And if nothing else, the Giants have taught me over the last few years that the outcome of their games only affects me as much as I let it.
Yes.
That's what I've gotten from them most these last few years, and I'm thankful for that.
Oh, for sure.
Because a few years ago, when you're flying high and you're winning games, it's intense. I say all the time, I love when my Red Wings are in the playoffs.
Definitely.
Playoff hockey is a tremendous thing, but
Yes.
it also gives me more gray hairs than I
Yes.
need as a young man.
The opposite is crazy.
It's so stressful.
Yep.
Its success is stressful, man. Like
It
that's
sure
why people
is.
get paid big money.
Yes.
We talked about this when we talked about head coaches. Like, why do they get paid? Because the stress, they're getting paid for all those gray hairs that they're getting.
They sure are. That's it.
But yeah, that's what these hard times as a New York Giants fan have taught me, that I don't gotta let it bother me.
Nope.
And I'm thankful for that, because now I'll carry that into what's hopefully more successful, stressful times as an organization.
For sure.
And I'll be able to take it in stride a little bit more, be able to take it a little more easy.
Yes. It's the wins, but it's also the expectations. That's the thing. The expectations drive you crazy because you're thinking like, man, like we need this win. What's going to happen if we do this? And plus, because we live where we live, the media market is crazy. So everything is a big deal. Everything.
Yep.
In the media, this is the way I look at it. I look at it similar like you. For the media wise, because like I've dealt with it a little bit since we've gotten Kyrie and Kevin. Even though Kevin hasn't played, they have their superstar players, so they have like their own orbit. Like, the Nets have never been talked about this like this since they moved to Brooklyn. Maybe 2 years, 3 years. 2012, we got Darren. We moved to Brooklyn, made the trade for Kevin Garnett and those guys. That's when they talked about us for the following next maybe 4 years. They weren't talking about the Nets.
Nope.
And now all they do is talk about us negatively, positively. It doesn't matter. It's always something. Every single day is something. And so what that has taught me, like you said, you can only let things bother you. It's what you allow to let bother you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's the expectations, it's the feelings. And like you said, in this media market, like it's in the way I look at it too, man. What I've come to the conclusion is it's either all my sports teams. You're never as bad as they say you are. You're never as good.
Yep.
Never. It's like you're just in the middle. Like they'll say a scathing article about you, saying you're the worst, or they'll say, Aaron Judge is the best player in baseball. Like, and then it's like somewhere in the middle. That's where you really are.
Right.
So
that's life a lot of the time too.
It is, right? It is.
You're never as nice as you think you are, but you're also not as trash as you think you are either. So If
Nah,
you've
it's
learned
guys-
nothing else on episode 8
Yes.
of your second favorite sports podcast, you've learned that.
Yes.
You can take that with you
Yes.
into Thanksgiving. If you have a rough Thanksgiving, know that it is not as bad as you think. You are not as bad as you think, but you also might not be as great as you think. So humble yourself.
Yes.
But I'll tell you what, I'm thankful for anyone that's listening right now or watching right now, for everyone that supported us through these 8 episodes and
Yep.
hopefully beyond that. And thankful to have a great show with a great co-host. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody. Trent, any
Definitely.
last things to send the people off with aside from that great nugget that you just dropped?
No, man, everybody enjoy Thanksgiving. Thank you for the support. It's been great. We appreciate all you guys, and we got some fun stuff coming soon in
100%.
the near future. And enjoy yourself. Be safe. It's been a long year. It's been a really long year. And your Thanksgiving, hopefully you're listening to this and you have people that are with you. And even if they're not, because it's a different type of vibe now, where like, hey, I can't have all my family around. Hopefully we're giving you some solace.
Yeah,
Giving
absolutely.
you some enjoyment while you're with your immediate family. Unfortunately, not all of your family, but your immediate family, if that's the case. But yeah, man, just enjoy it. Yeah, man, just enjoy it and be safe.
And don't forget to go to @SecondFavoriteSports to vote. We won't put the poll. Last time we put it up the day after the episode came out. The day after the episode came out was Thanksgiving. We'll probably put the polls up over the weekend. So stay tuned over the weekend. So if you're watching this episode right now and it's Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, stay tuned for like Saturday @SecondFavoriteSports. You'll be able to, because I know people are busy Black Friday. People are obviously busy on Thanksgiving. So @SecondFavoriteSports on Instagram on probably Saturday, you'll be able to vote for round 3 of the best second jersey bracket.
Beautiful.
And also don't forget youtube.com/secondfavoritesports, soundcloud.com/secondfavoritesports. Go subscribe, download the podcast from SoundCloud, like the videos, comment your Thanksgiving plate. We'd love to hear stuff like that.
Would love to.
Definitely engage with it on YouTube or on Instagram. Comment on our stuff. We'll be putting up some different content too for people to get involved with. So looking forward to that. But that's all we got for episode 8. This has been your
second
favorite sports podcast. We'll catch y'all next time. Peace.
Peace.